won't go back Women's March in Washington, D.C. I'm out here asking voters what they don't want to go back to and what rights they enjoyed under the Biden-Harris administration that they didn't under the Trump administration.
We don't want to go back to what was going on back in the 1800s and anytime. I mean, we don't want to go back a step.
The 1950s. I mean, so many things. First of all, it's bad manners. You give somebody something 53 years ago, and then you take it back. Bad manners. You don't do that.
Well, I feel like there was greater freedom of speech and almost everything.
I personally have chosen to go off of birth control for the past few years, and for the first time in about 5 years, I've had to reconsider whether or not I'd have the own autonomy over my body to make those decisions. And I'm really grateful that under President Biden, that's never been a thought that I've had to think twice about.
As being a young girl in my young 20s, I want to be able to have the right to choose what I want to do with my life, while still being able to explore in ways that I want. So it was the same thing, just being nervous that I want to be able to have that type of control over my own body. Yeah.
Oh, I would like my daughter to be able to get an abortion if she wants to, and I really support Harris and everything she's done.
And it's scary knowing that the Handmaid's Tale might actually occur, so we don't want that.
I don't want to go back to a man running my life. I think women should run it. We should be able to make choices for our own bodies, own our own bank accounts, be able to vote, all that stuff. We're not going back. Not going back to losing our power.
I don't want to go back to the days where women were belittled and we didn't feel empowered. They want to now take away our rights. So I'd really like to take that power back.
Yeah. I don't want to go back to women having no right to choose or have any agency over their life, to domestic abuse not being prosecuted, to women not being able to have reproductive health care. Just as a start, I would probably be able to add 100 things to that.
What are some of the rights that you feel like you have enjoyed under the Biden-Harris administration that you didn't under the Trump administration?
Oh, well, I'm worried about everybody's right to vote anyway, because there's limiting. I'm also worried about democracy in general, I think that, and just the rule of law, just respecting the rule of law. I don't think that Trump really worries about the rule of law.
I don't think that's really accurate. I think we've lost a lot under the Trump administration that we had previously as a woman. I have a daughter, and I don't want her to have less rights than I did growing up, especially as a woman, around reproductive rights.
I don't believe the government should be telling anyone what to do with their body.
Well, I mean, Roe versus Wade being challenged and not being able to get abortions in a lot of different states is a pretty big blow. That's the first one that comes to mind, and probably on a lot of people's minds here.